Welcome back, YouTube. This is Ken's Cards, episode 4. I feel like I'm getting much better making these videos. They actually look right. I had to call my daughter, who lives in Hawaii, and I was like, "Sweetheart, why does my pictures look like this instead of like this?" And she's like, "Good God, Dad, get with the times," you know. And well, that worked. So hopefully these videos are a lot better to look at instead of looking at a little narrow video of myself. Um, I'd like to talk to you about actually what the video is, about flipping cards and making money. And I labeled it as during a pandemic, simply because it was the easiest time to invest a small amount of money and make a large profit. So originally, I don't know if I mentioned this in my first video, but my initial investment was $1,000. I took that and I went on there and I just scooped up a ton of basketball stuff. It is the hottest stuff in the market. Um, Unfortunately, buying low and selling high, well, there was no buying low and selling high when the pandemic first happened because everything was low. I was able to scoop up hundreds of Zion cards. Unfortunately, I started this video way after I started selling them, so I can't go back and show you all the profits. People say, well, you're making $5 here, $10 there, $5 here, and then all of a sudden you buy all these graded cards and a Zion silver. Well, what you didn't see was the first month of me buying and selling, and I made so much money. I was buying silvers for 150 bucks, and then 3 weeks later I was turning around and selling them for 500. That's bargain shopping, but that's huge profits. It only takes but a few of those and you're sitting already over $1,000 worth of profit. And since your initial investment was only $1,000, it just builds up really quick. And I just kept rebuying and rebuying and rebuying, and I ended up with boxes of cards. I think at one time I was sitting on, about 350 Zion cards. Most of them his low end stuff, because you're looking at that one card, and it's kind of like they've put those other ones in there as feeders, which is cool because your main goal is the one card, and then the other ones, you'll get $5 or $10 for those, that's just cool, but it just kind of brings up the tail end of your profits. But I just wanted to say, like, it's not, it's people have this misunderstanding. It's not like the stock market. It's not, well, it is like the stock market, but in the aspects of, a lot of people walk up and be like, if I invest $500, am I gonna be sitting on 1,500 tomorrow? Probably not. Okay, and a lot of people misunderstand that, and they're like, well, what's the sense in investing money? If it takes 30 years to see profits. Well, yes and no. I'm not going to get into the whole investment world of money, but it's just the same as it is with this, what I'm trying to accomplish with I apply the same concept. 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It takes years and years and years to build up either a big enough money for your retirement or a big enough card collection to where you have so many cards coming in and out, you just don't know what to do with them all. So the end goal, end game, is to have a large enough graded card selection of Zion or whoever else to where when they start playing basketball again, 4 years, 5 years down the road, I open up the box and boom, I'm sitting on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars worth of Zion. And I started it all for $1,000. $1,000 investment, and I was able to buy one of his best cards. And in comparison to LeBron James, who is, still an active, Hall of Famer, one of his best rookie cards, if you were to compare it, I think, Topps Chrome Refractor. He does have, other cards out there, his SPX and, SP Authentic and his Topps Chrome. But in comparison, that Zion card could potentially be, a $30,000 to $40,000 card, depending on how big of a superstar he does become, or an injury, and he might never play ball again, and this could be for nothing. So you really want to go into this kind of trading, you know, very mildly. Don't go all in. By no means am I saying spend your entire paycheck, You know, hey honey, we're not gonna eat tonight because, you know, I'm gonna flip my money, and you know, Ken's card says, you know, I'll be rich by the end of the week. Not even close. I have over 100 auctions right now, and I'm asking for a little bit more money. So I'm having to sit on cards because I'm getting to that point now to where it's kind of plateauing. Some cards are really skyrocketing, and some kind of, you know, some of the cards are just kind of they're just kind of steadily. Sometimes they sell this, sometimes it's a wicked, you know, yeah, pattern to where you just got to be able to sit on cards, you know. So if you go out there and spend your last dime on a card and you got to sit on it for, you know, a couple weeks to be able to sell the thing, you know, you might not be doing yourself any justice. So one, you got to see what's hot. I did sell a couple cards over the weekend. I did get, let's see, so I did sell one of his silvers. I made $19 profit on that one, which is, again, isn't much. But you do that, you know, 5 times and you're sitting at $100, right? And then I sold his rated one. And I knew that one was going to sell quick. They're selling hot. Actually, I think this guy I gave him a deal. Even though I made money on it, I think I gave him a better deal because I sold that one for $29, and one sold yesterday for $47, I think it was. You know, but I clicked on the bidding, and it was all. It's not like it was a bunch of zeros and ones bidding on each other, you know, to try to beef up this price of the card. It was a bunch of high ranking, you know, like high, you know, the bidder has a feedback, and it was a fair battle, I guess. But nonetheless, $47 for that card. That's pretty cool. I average on those cards when I bargain shop about anywhere from $10 to $15 a piece, and then I turn around and sell them for $30. So it usually works out, especially when you're buying them in bulk. And that one sold within 5 minutes of posting, and the silver I had posted up there for a few days. So it was kind of a slow weekend, you know. I did get into a small battle with a guy over my graded Kobe White Blue Wave refractor numbered, you know, the PSA 10 one. He offered me $100. I posted it for $350, going out on a whim, you know. There's not a lot of graded stuff for him for sale right now. I think people are waiting. Posted it for $350. Within 10 minutes, I get a $100 offer. And I said, you know, I think I'm willing. I'll sell it for $150. Woo! Good Lord, that set him off, man. He just went to town on me. He sent me a paragraph. You know, $100 is, you know, more than fair, and you're a crook, and you're this and that. And I'm like, well, I'm the one that owns the card. I mean, you don't have to buy it. It's a simple yes or no. You offered 100. I wanted 100. I'll give it to you for 150. Considering he's a hot player coming up, it's a low numbered rookie card graded. You know, but yeah, he was upset. He was definitely upset. I'm not gonna repeat all the things that he said to me, but I said, well, thank you for your time. You know, it'll still be there if you want it. But that's the kind of ones where you kind of, if he does, you know, for whatever reason he was to buy it for 150, I would do everything I could. Insurance, registered, signing at the door, you know, a blood droplet, 2 forms of ID. Yeah, because he'd be the guy that, yeah, I got the card, it was all messed up, and, you know, and he's a criminal, he charged me all this money. You know, yeah, I'm not getting into all that stuff. You got to kind of watch for those people. I don't want to say, you know, everybody. There's a lot of great sellers and buyers out there, but there are some that they'll do anything to try to, you know, scam you out of something. One of the things I need to correct from my last video, I showed you my 2 PSA 10 Donruss optics. I mentioned that they were $60 or $70, whatever that dollar amount was. That's not correct. You cannot buy a PSA 10 optic Zion rookie card for $70. That's what they're selling for, ungraded. Okay, I paid $300 graded. So I just wanted to clarify that. I don't want to mislead anybody to, you know, if I could buy them for $70, boy, I'd have me a box full of them by now. Okay, so one of the things, I don't want to get off too much topic, but I was watching a little bit of Sports Center before I started this video, And for all you racing fans out there, uh, hey, racing's back in, right? I'm just never a big fan. I am a huge sports fan. You're a big sports fan, and you're dying to see anything on TV when you actually tune in and watch a little bit of racing. And really, it's not really my thing. It might be your thing, but it's just not. I just, for whatever reason, I just can't see sitting there and and be like, okay, eat my hot dog, wait for him to go all the way around. You're just like, and then you're right back to eating and drinking your hot dog. And to be perfectly honest with you, all I'm really, I hate to say it, I like watching the accidents. I don't like watching anybody get hurt. Now I do not. I'm not that's not what I'm saying. But a lot of people, when bang, boom, boom, starts flying everywhere, everybody's like, whoa, and they're, but that's kind of like puts the thrill in the racing, the potential. It's like hockey. I love watching hockey. Most of the time, Red Wings are kind of been on a slump for a while, but man, watching them duke it out a little bit in the middle of the ring, man, you get hyped. So, but you don't want to see anybody get hurt. You want the excitement, but you don't want anybody to get hurt. But they were interviewing the winner, and his quote was, I gotta put on my glass. I can't read my own writing. Well, I can read it, but I can't see it. Oh yeah. So he goes, so that was a great win. How did you get to that win? And he said, well, I went around in circles a lot of times, and then I ended. I was the first one to cross the line. That's how I won. It's like, what kind of question is that? Like, how else do you win a race? You go around in circles and then you win. How did you get to that win? I went around in circles. That's what I did. I don't know. I just thought that was funny. I was putting these cards together, getting ready to start this video, and I had it on the background, and I was like, what? Let me rewind that. What did he say? Yeah. So I think it's funny. But hey, kudos to racing. It's back on TV. Can't wait for all these other things to get going. I tell you, one of the things that really affect this business, especially now, if you can figure out the rhythm of buying and selling on eBay, that's what makes things really easy. Hitting it when they're selling good and holding on to them when they're selling low, and stockpiling them again and waiting until they're selling high. But I tell you, because of the pandemic, they shut down all the stuff, so I used to go to a monthly card show, and set up a booth there. And every time, the last couple times, I had a lot of baseball stuff, and I would always get, hey man, you got any basketball? Hey man, you got any basketball? Hey man, you got any basketball? And it was just nonstop. I think 80% of the people that came through there were asking if I had any Zion stuff or Ja or Kobe or, unfortunately I didn't have any of that really. And, but not because of this. I tell you, I just got a feeling that I don't think I'd be sitting on 100 cards right now if we were able to, go to card shows. So hopefully those get up and running again, and I can set up a booth and clear a lot of this inventory. I'll keep it posted, and then as somebody buys it, I'll just go in there and end that auction and be done with it. So, yep. But I'll get into what did I get in the mail. Now, I could go on my thing there. I like to keep them as a surprise, especially now that I'm doing these videos for you guys. It's kind of like a surprise for the both of us. Let's see what we got going here. Oh, okay. Not bad. It's a Kobe card. It's kind of like from my... It's not... I always call it my personal collection, but I don't know why I do that, because these cards will all be gone someday, and I'll be on to the next person, next sport. Look at that. What a guy. I love free top loaders. I hate it. I hate it when they don't put tape on there. The card was all the way to the edge. And you get these nice cards. Can you see that? The blue, green, Crusade, Kobe White. I'm not quite sure what it's numbered to, but it's numbered. 199. I love these cards. Again, I'll check it out, make sure it's all good to go, make sure there ain't no, see, here we go again. Well, I just don't, man, I just cannot win. I just cannot win. I don't need my glasses for this one. Let's see if you can see that. Can you see that right there? Yep, you can. It's that big divot right there. It's a factory misprint. Well, here we go again. Right back to the cellar. God almighty. Boy, I tell you. That is so disappointing. I get these great cards, you know. You spend all that time bargain shopping and everything like that, and then you get this horse shit in the mail. It's very, 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 man. I probably shouldn't be swearing, but that is so frustrating. And then you wait all that time just for it to come in the mail. Speaking of which, I have these 2 cards from Zion. They're his draft prisms. They're graded. I'm sorry, they're not graded, but they're numbered. I got one that's numbered to 199 and one to 249. It's his white jersey ones. Very popular. I think I got an amazing deal on them. I actually had to bid on them, and they made it all the way to Michigan on May 6th or on May 10th. But then on May 10th, it said that they were shipping it. It's in transit to the next one. Well, as of today, which is the 18th, it is still in transit. So, you know, it's been 8 days. I called up USPS today and to inquire about it with tracking numbers. And you know what the first thing they said? Yep, you probably guessed it. Did you have insurance on it? Well, no, I didn't have insurance on it. You know, I mean, it was a couple $100, but you know, they might be lost. So if you just look at all these things you got to battle just to be successful in card flipping. You got to rely on the postal service. You got to rely on people not jerking you around when they sell you cards. But yeah, that's very unfortunate. All right, well, I will put this off to the side and I will finish doing all my cussing when the camera's off. And right now I'd like to talk to you about what I did purchase over the weekend. It was kind of slow. I only sold but 2 cards, and I only purchased but a few. But I ended up picking up one of these. This is my favorite go-to card. It's damaged, my fault. But yeah, this is my collection of junk. Got a nice little collection over here. But I was able to pick one of those up. He was asking $140. Like I said, these things sell for a couple hundred. He was asking $140 with an offer on it. You know, and I was thinking to myself, how much lower can I lowball this card? You know, so I said, hey, how about $136? You know, and when I submitted it, there was 2 other competing officers. So unless they submitted something more than just a few bucks off of what, you know, he was offering anyway, which was already a great deal. You know, like I said, you buy this card for, even at $140, you can turn around and sell it for $200, because they do sell for $200. I see it all the time. You know, you minus the fees and everything, you know, $50-$60 profit. But I said, I'll give it to you for $136, and he took it. All right. Now, the second half of the battle is actually getting it here to the house, because that seems to be more of the headache than anything else. It almost seems like I almost have to just slow down. I don't know, and let everything catch up. You know, get all these cards in. You know, because I'm sitting on a lot of cards. I'm buying a lot of cards, and I'm getting a lot of damaged cards now, and I'm getting the deals are kind of here and there. You know, you really have to stare at your computer all day, and you know, if you're married, yeah, you might want to come up with a better hobby, because their spouses are only patient to a certain amount. I like the Kevin Hart. This is what my wife's on. Why are you always on the computer? Yeah, Kevin. I love it. He's one of the funniest guys out there. God, I love Kevin Hart. Anyway, I picked up a 3-card lot from Kobe. Again, I always look at for his Prism. It's kind of like the card I showed you for Zion, but for him. And so I ended up picking up the lot for $18. His sells for 20, even higher, lower. The bargain shoppers are always going to be lower than that, But I turn around and I'm looking to make $25 or $30. Okay, but the only reason why I paid the $18 for it is because it's not that I'm trying to make all the money off that card, but it's the other ones that are posted with it that are where the profit comes from. See, that's what I got. That's what you have to take into consideration by shopping. So the Prism's going to give me all my money back, okay? Because I'll be able to get it back. And I mean, with shipping and everything with it, it was $21.20. If I sell that card for $22.50, that'll give me back all my money. But these other 2 cards that are posted on with it, the Optic and the My House Silver, those are where you're going to get your your 9, 10, 15 bucks profit. So that's what's, again, it's little steps. But if you think about like all the little, the 10s and the 15s, but then you get your occasional, I've hit them. They're far and few, but you get them silvers, and for a low price, and then turn around, and throw them right back on the market, and you're hitting them. I've made over a few $100s a couple times. Okay, so you take that, but I have over 100 cards for sale, which if you're making anywhere from $10 to $25 a piece, what's that times 100? That's all. I'm talking. That's not getting my money back. That's above and beyond what I'm selling for. That's $2,500. $2,500 all profit. I gotta sell them all, but eventually they will be sold. I mean, it just keeps going and going and going. But you see what I'm saying? Like, so to answer your question from the beginning, like, how do I get all that? Where did I get all the money from $1,000 to buy all those? By the way, I sealed off my second box of graded cards. I'm sitting at 45 graded Zion cards now. That's 85% of those cards are from all profit. So very happy about that. To only have to come out of pocket for a couple of those graded cards, and that was just. And I'm only saying that because basically that's how it panned out. But it's not like I was spending a fortune out of pocket. Get in there. This one gentleman had 4 graded cards available, and he was asking a decent amount. And I went in there and just, okay, I throw that in there, like his Crusades Silver. It sells for a couple $100. I think he gave it to me for 50. He gave me great deals. I mean, he gave me a deal on one card. I want to say I paid $170 for it, and that card today sells for $1,000. That's amazing. So those are the kind of deals where if I have to come out of pocket to get, I'll do it. But I tend to make that up in the back end with profits. So back to what I purchased, and then I picked up a couple more of those Dunrush cards that you've seen. Actually, it's funny because it's in my collection of garbage when it looks like this. These are hot. Some people don't realize how hot they are, and they think that they're just an average cheapo card. You can pick those things up for $5 or $6, but every one of those things I've sold so far, it's been over almost $30 a piece. So nice profit margins between those. I wish I had 100 of those dang things. But I picked up 2 of them for $12 each. And then I picked up Kobe White. It's another numbered one like this, except it's not Crusades. It's his actual rookie card. Blue jersey, red, white, and blue, numbered to 99. The guy wanted $24 for it. And again, I can't, I don't know their situation. I don't know if they're, you know, their financial, if they're just dumping it or whatever like that. I just see it, and if it has an opportunity, if it has an option to post an offer, I'll do it. You know, the guy wanted $24 for it. And you go into history. If you click on that same card and go into history of sold items, I've seen them fetched all the way up to 59, 60 bucks a piece. And he posted for 24, which is more than gracious offer, instant profit, you know. But he posted it up for $24, I think it was, and I said, I'll give you 15 bucks for it. Check my messages, and it's pay now, 15 bucks. All right, I'll take it. Hopefully, when I get it in the mail, it's not all jacked up, but can't beat stuff like that. And then on my last video, I told you that guy, he was, hey, if you buy this one silver for Kobe, you know, I'll give you a deal on the other one. And I did go ahead and do those too. Like I said, between the two of them, they sell for about $100, and I picked up both of them for $65. So I can't complain about that. 65 bucks for $100 worth of cards. And then that was it. And then I already told you about this Zion that I'm gonna flip as soon as I get it. It's one of his silvers. Again, guy posted it $200 for a $450, $500 card. 200 bucks, and there was no negotiating on that. I mean, there was no option, but he only $200. So like I said, I looked at all the corners. I did everything I could to see if it was a-okay, and I thought it cleared the first initial view. The good news is you'll be able to send stuff back. So if it's all jacked up when I get it, I'll send that crap right back to you. Again, this video is sitting at about 26 minutes, and I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Yep, so that's episode for today, and hopefully I get a lot more cards in the mail tomorrow. I feel a lot better when they're sitting in the house. Can't help these, unfortunately. But it is what it is. It's more paperwork, and I have to send the stuff back after I send them in the message. I'll let y'all know how that turned out. Until next time, this is Ken's Cards, and as you can see, I'm from Michigan, so I'm gonna start ending these all with "Go Blue."